Hi, good evening, everyone. So, I've been feeling a lot of things in the past 48 hours. I did the segment on land grabbing and illegal hill cutting on INGO 24 by 7. And just following that, yesterday we saw Cecil with Advocate Pundulik Riker and Xavier Almeida. They were at the site where the panchayat has gone ahead and they're filling up the agricultural fields anyway with debris. Looking at all this, there's this one statement made by one of the owners of the land in Talegaon. She was requesting the MLA Montserrat to not take away the land. You know that one statement, the way she said it, that really broke my heart, because we as people have abdicated our power to such an extent to the government that we are begging, we are requesting for our own rights. It's their land, and you're requesting the MLA to not loot it from you, basically, because there are no papers that exist for the acquisition that supposedly has taken. The panchayat is saying that the acquisition of land has taken place, but it has actually not happened, because the notice has not come to the landowners as well as the compensation. So these two are signs for the acquisition to be completed. So that has not happened, and they've gone ahead and they are filling up at breakneck speed these fields with debris, and this is right after those lands have been plowed. They are ready to be cultivated, these lands. So coming to the point that I want to make today through this particular video, and let me get to the point very quickly. Number one, the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us a very, very big lesson, and I hope all of you will agree with me when I say this, that no matter how much money you have in your bank account today, whether you're a multimillionaire, a middle class person, or whatever, how much ever money you have in your bank, do you remember the days when the grocery stores ran out of food materials and the rations? What was the amount of insecurity that you were going through as a person? Keep that feeling in your heart and think that if our farmers are affected, if our fields are affected, what is going to happen to us? So no matter what class you belong to, no matter how much money you have, you will not be able to eat your money. You can keep it in your bank, it can rot anywhere, but it will not give you the food that you need to nourish your body. And that's the first immutable law of this world, that farmers need to be respected for the trade that they do. And because of that, you need to stand with the farmers and ensure that your lands are not taken away at any cost. Because most of these people, and I'll give you this example, these legislators whom you have chosen to power, they've come to power on your vote. They're sitting on those chairs because of your vote. So they are answerable to you. And the very fact that they don't think it is their responsibility to answer to you, that means that somewhere something you have done very, very wrong, that you're not holding them accountable. If the land belongs to you, you have the paperwork and you have the right to ask questions. You cannot just sit idly by. There is this very, very common narrative now these days, blaming all the problems on supposedly outsiders. You know what? The reality of the situation is, in Hindi we say, माई का लाल कोई आके यहाँ पे लैंड नहीं ले सकता. Nobody dare come and buy even an inch of land in Goa if you guys get together, if we get together and ensure that the land is not sold to people so that farming can happen. So the responsibility of protecting our lands rests upon us, because what we've done, we've actually given votes to people who have taken away your power as the people. In a democracy, the power lies ultimately with the people, but you yourself have abdicated that power by giving them the votes and ensuring that you're not holding them responsible or accountable for their actions, so that they can go ahead and do the gundagiri that you've seen in Talegaon. How dare somebody come and do this? I will give you an example, a live analogy. I'm sitting in my apartment right now, okay? I'm going to pan out and show you my apartment. Okay, so this is my hallway and that's my entrance. Now, if somebody enters through that door, and this apartment is in my name, I am the owner. If somebody enters through that door, do I or do I not have the authority to stop them? Can they enter just like that without my permission? That will be known as trespassing. So how can the government use the machinery? How can they use the police to force their way into the fields to do what they did yesterday? And today I called up Advocate Pundalik Raikar. He has told me that they are filling up those fields with debris at breakneck speed. Breakneck speed. So how dare they do it? What gives them the guts and the courage to do something like this? It is because of our silence. And you know what? Other people call people like us mad because we feel so much, such emotions. We get worked up because we feel the pain. General public calls people like us mad. You know that activist, mad person. They keep shouting and yelling. They call all these activists and environmentalists crazy people who've been for years talking about how farmers have been committing suicide, about food security. Even here, Goa, especially locally, we are not food secure at all. Our food comes from other states. So imagine if something happens, a famine happens elsewhere, or crops get destroyed, we are dependent on somebody else for our food. Whereas our own lands, we have enough land mass to be completely self-sufficient in terms of food. But what are we doing? Our lawmakers are ensuring that they don't support farming. They're ensuring that these lands are taken away illegally. Acquisitions are not done properly. The land records are fudged. They use every single means possible to take away and grab land, to cut into hills, to deplete our natural resources, to kill, to maim and to rape the state. And I'm sorry to use the word rape, but they are raping the state. And who is allowing it? Us, the people. Because we are not raising our voice enough, we are not speaking loudly enough. If I'll tell you an example, every single time something has happened, I wanted to go and catch somebody's collar. That is how angry I am. When those 10 MLAs jumped from Congress to BJP, I actually felt like beating somebody up. That's how strongly I felt about it. Yesterday, when the filling was going on the land, it is somebody else's land. I'm not even connected to them. But you know how angry I was feeling? Because I was burning up inside. Because I know that my food or somebody else's food comes from that land. And if one by one, every field is taken away, one by one, there will be no land left to cultivate upon one final day. And this is the legacy that we want to leave behind for our future generations. Is this it? Is this what you want to leave behind for your future generations? The beauty of Goa is what draws people here, and it is first of all the state for its own people. Can we not come together in preserving it? Division after division. You're divided on religion, you're divided on caste, you're divided on insider, outsider, Goenkar, Ghati, Bhaile, this, that, all sorts of nonsensical issues that are being brought up. I talk about issues, I'm called a Ghati. It doesn't bother me beyond a point. But can we not just come together and unite once and for all and hold these people accountable? How much does it take? How much does it take? And it again, I reiterate my point, it breaks my heart. It broke my heart to listen to that woman's statement. She is requesting. A person is coming and looting your land, is coming and plundering it, and all you can say is that I request the MLA to not take our land away. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. It is your land. And you're requesting your looter to not come and loot you? Requesting? This is complete lack of spine. And I hope that very soon people wake up, because enough of this shit. I'm sorry for my language, but really enough of this shit. This is not the way. When will people wake up? Or do you want just the activists to keep fighting all the time? Long battles which are very, very tiring. If only the people came together and supported all these causes, it would be much faster, and the lawmakers need to be scared of us. Do you understand that? We need to come together as a power, as people who can scare the shit out of these people. They are not scared of us. They keep trying to scare us. They divide us. Divide and rule policy. So why can't all of us once and for all just unite and work properly together? So this is I'm sorry I've taken a long time, but I wanted to share this message with everybody because this is really bothersome. We need to respect our farmers, we need to respect our lands, and we need to ensure that these lands remain with our people. That these lands are not taken away by these looters. You sell land, it's an asset. Selling is the last resort. You never sell an asset unless it is extremely impossible to make do without it. Piece of land can be cultivated, so much can be done with it. Can we just not maintain that around us? I want to see, it is my vision one day, to see Goa as completely and 100% self-sufficient in terms of food security. Do we not have enough land to just grow our own food and have enough to feed our entire population? Is it too much to ask? But no, it is not happening because we are not united. And with this, I leave you. And please think about this. And I wanted to express this because it has been really bothering me. Let's come together, and for once, let's work together on issues that really matter. Let's strike fear in these people's hearts. That is important and the need of the hour at the moment. And thank you so much, and I'll see you on the other side.